Hey, what is going on YouTube? Aaron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and guys, we've got to talk. Now, I feel like I have the idea for this type of video every 3 or 4 months, and of course, there is always a game that you guys will see me play on stream, which could highlight my theory pretty well, and this is one of them. Unfortunately, the day after or when I'm watching the replay, I remind myself that Aaron, bad games are going to happen, and it's probably just confirmation bias. However, I do have a slight theory, and I want to know if you guys agree with me. Now, unfortunately for my YouTube algorithm, I do possess the ability to think critically, and in a situation like this where our team loses horrifically, the other team wins in spectacular fashion. However, I could surround myself with a glorious echo chamber from any number of the social media outlets about this game. The posts I'm about to put up were found within the last week, all talking about how horrific the player base has become. Now, I want to try and make a few points in this video, but I actually do agree with the majority of those posts. However, for games like this and games when you are relying on teammates, it is always going to feel like they are getting worse if you as a player are getting better. And what do we mean by that? Well, if you eventually start noticing the potato plays, well, before you started noticing those potato plays, you were one of the potatoes. That being said, I personally feel like the quality of games has gone down a few percent in the last couple of years, and there have been some grumblings that the average player win rate has gone up from 48 to 49%. Now, I have absolutely no confirmation of this. This is just someone in my chat saying that. However, if you think about that, if the average player who has not gotten any better in the last 3 or 4 years, that average win rate was stagnant for, 3 or 4 years or so, then what is the more likely scenario? That average player who maybe just logs on, plays for fun, and then gets off, is all of a sudden getting better? Or, my theory is, the good, quote unquote, good players, or, maybe slightly above average who are in the 50s, are leaving because the quality of games is getting worse, and now that is allowing those players who maybe didn't perform as well to do slightly better. Again, this is simply just a theory, but I do want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. As recently, it feels like all of the RNG and teammates have been against me, but as we know in a game like this, we tend to remember the bad events significantly more than the good ones.
If I get close enough to the rock.
In the meantime, though, I would like to point out our team in this game and show you guys why I decided to choose this game out of all of the other horrific ones we had. 3 or 4 of our battleships are all in 2 squares there by Charlie. Our destroyer on the opposite flank is actually doing the right thing, but you will see here in just a moment, he doesn't last too long. How players can get to the high tiers and waste all of their HP in less than 4 minutes is something I will never understand. Now, something I do understand is that everyone has a different interpretation of what they want to get out of a game. However, in a 9-on-9 game with an objective, you are simply being toxic to other players if you don't want to play in a team fashion, in my opinion. There is an AI mode and there is an arcade mode now in this game. If you are loading up into standard, you do not have to be Tom Brady, but you have to have a basic understanding of the game. And as you can see right now, the clock just struck 11 minutes, and we have 3 teammates dead before I could even get into position. We all know games like this are going to happen, but as I mentioned earlier, I just feel like they happen so much more often than they used to. This is probably confirmation bias, and I myself had some rough games the other night on stream where I played rather aggressively. So things happen. Of course, it's a video game. I have already forgotten about 98% of these games with the exception of this one because we did put it up as a video. And of course, we do have to absolutely make fun of Alphonse for getting focused by a good majority of the enemy team as well. No, I'm just kidding. I love Alphonse. But if you guys want to make fun of him, head on over to his YouTube channel, give him a subscription, and make fun of him on a number of his videos. He has some pretty fantastic airsoft gameplay. Now, in order not to be a hypocrite or someone who simply gripes and complains all the times, I would love to hear some solutions. I have done no less than 10 plus training videos and a number of helpful tip, trick, and guide videos that I believe have helped the player base. I have gotten a lot of players that come into my videos saying, "Hey Aaron, I was a 50%, you've helped me so much, I'm 55," and I love hearing things like that. I just don't think the rate at which the new players are coming in and the frequency at which they're watching my content is going to level out anytime soon. However, if you guys would like to see some competitive fun, we actually have the Ocean Cup Finals today at 2:30 or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be live for that. I'm going to make this video nice and early in the morning for you guys, so I hope to see a bunch of you there. Those games are not going to end like this, and if they do, well, that's just going to be an unfortunate turnout. But I have a feeling these games are going to be very competitive, and honestly, I have had the most fun in a while announcing and viewing those games. Anyway, back to the final points of this video. Guys, if you are experiencing Legends how I have been the past few weeks, give it a break. We all know that College Football 25 is coming out, and I'm going to be spending a large amount of time on that game. I'm not quitting Legends. I hate when people go to the extreme. However, I do need a significant break. So we're either going to be doing training rooms or playing with you guys, or simply just divisioning up, playing super strong ships in order to have fun. The counterpoint to that could be, well, if you're watching this video and you maybe hold the opposite opinion, try to play in a team-oriented fashion. I'm not sure what else to say. I've made a bunch of tutorials. If you want to link those to people who you think need them, that would be great, not only for viewership, but for the overall health of a game. As you guys have seen, and as I have said, I much prefer close losses than horrific wins. But it is especially frustrating when you division up with some friends and get a game such as the one we just got here where, yeah, 5 of our teammates are dead in half the time, and we're basically distracting 2/3 of the team over here. But alas, that is the name of the game. It's like golf. You know, you live for that one shot, and then you throw your putter on 18 there because you missed a triple bogey. But that's what it is. It's life. We move on. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the rest of this horrific loss here. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. I do these videos because I enjoy making them, but also because I know a lot of other people share my sentiments here of, you know, the situations and the state of the game. But anyway, guys, that's it. Love you guys. See you guys on stream for the Ocean Cup Finals. I'm out. Peace. Just get the DD. Good kill. Try and eliminate that battleship. Do what you can.
Let's go, double solo warrior.
Jason, I'm not talking because I'm pretty pissed off. Like, like not only at the game, but like, I'm sitting here wasting my life away instead of, you know, like I could be doing so much more with my time, right? Like, I get that shit happens, but we're making terrible mistakes game in and game out. Like, you know, like, it's a game, no big deal. But like, why am I, you know? The enemy's about to win. Battle ends in 5 minutes. Oh, I know. Thanks, Dart. No, but like, no, like seriously though, like I get that shit's gonna happen, but we're just sitting here like, oh well, I guess I just, you know. That's a lot of damage. Now that's a lot of damage. That was not a lot of damage. Right. Can I don't think I said it on this.
We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Scott, brother, it's not the game, right? Like, it's the fact that we're like, we gotta, I know we're gonna get the bad teams, we gotta communicate or something.